Alright, hello everybody. Today I'll be playing this mushroom racing game called Mushroom Musume. And well, it is kinda Halloween themed, I guess. Like the vibes shouldn't be like gory or anything like that. should be enjoyable to people like me who can't deal with gore. And the game, well, it is a game by queer developers, so there should be like a little bit of gay and such like sprinkled here and there, and other queer things. And it is a big game, but one playthrough shouldn't take too long, so I should be able to finish this in one playthrough in one session, I think. Hello there. And but the game is getting updates still, so it's going to be even bigger, I guess. And I heard things about them planning a Steam release. Only you can grab this from the Queer Halloween Stories bundle, which is still running for like 3 days or something. Well, oh, let me see. Alright. Not sure like what the layout is, but maybe I'll go like this. Well, let's get started right away, I guess. I don't know much, but I know that you're going to raise a mushroom girl. And that is well an interesting take on the genre. Well, let me press this one button here too. Alright. Once upon a time, there was a humble recluse. Though they had no need for society, they did often find themselves home to a loneliness that they could never quite shake. Kinda relatable, I guess. In the morning, the sun would rise, at night it would set. The recluse would observe this splendor, knowing that the sight would be made all the more beautiful by having someone to share it with. It wasn't that they desired a relationship, perhaps it was a flame that had burned them one too many times, or perhaps they were simply disinterested. Well, I guess like the getting burnt part is also relatable for better or worse. No, a child. That's what they wanted. Someone to take care of, to teach. Unfortunately, it was a longing that would not be found. Not in these woods alone. However, we are never quite as alone as we think, are we? One day, a witch appeared, as if drawn by the intensity of the recluse's desire. The lumber that the recluse had spent the morning gathering slipped through their hands as they spotted her, the witch of the woods. She began to speak. You desire a child, yes? Some, those are quite easy to come by, but not you, it would seem. Well, yeah, I guess making kids alone is kinda tricky, but you can do it. Well, if you have a womb, well, generally called being a woman, but not like a requirement or anything, I guess. But if you're a guy, then it's generally harder, I guess. So I guess the witch is like the adoption agency thingy, or whatever they call them. Let us make a deal then. If you do 3 simple chores for me, I will present you with a daughter of your very own. The recluse, caught up in a moment of naivety, quickly agreed. The witch, knowing that the recluse was destined to accept, simply nodded and began to deliver the first of these so-called chores without hesitation. Your child will come into this world with little to her name. Let us even the scales. Bring me an heirloom, something she will forever value. Oh, I hope the main character has that. The recluse thought on it briefly, searching through their home for the object they had pictured. Oh, by the way, is the audio volume good, or could the music be louder? Kinda got the feeling that it could be way louder, now that I think about it. Like this or something. Yeah, that's what I thought when I saw the audio mixer. Yeah, that's good. Oh, I get to choose an old bottle of medicine that has sat unopened. I'm not sure how much of an heirloom that is. No, there is music. There is a ton of music. Like each page set like over an hour of music. A glimmering music box. Well, that's something at least. Like, that's something a child will appreciate. Medicine. Well, I guess children don't like it, but it can come handy. Your most used cast iron skillet. I guess the music box. A soft, beautiful tune played from the chilled box. It had been created to bring joy and beauty to all around it, which you found admirable in theory. The recluse hoped that their daughter could have that privilege, to think she could focus on soft things like music and avoid the dark, painful things in life. Sounds good to me. Bringing their prize back to the witch, she simply gave a smile. So far, I guess it's a good enough choice. How perfect! After their brief detour to meet with the witch, the recluse resumed their normal day-to-day schedule. The second day, the recluse slept more soundly that night than they had in ages. Having a purpose again suited them, even if they had found themselves caught up with a witch. They elected not to think about that, though. Instead, when the morning came, they simply did what they had to do, which is to say, they got up and went to meet the witch. Upon watching the recluse's approach, a sardonic smile lit the witch's face. You completed your first task admirably. 2 more and I can finally give you what you want. She paused for only a moment before delivering her next message of importance. It is important for a young person to be well grounded in this world, I hear. I guess especially mushrooms. Bring me a jar of soil to help with this process. Keep in mind that not all dirt is the same though. Consider the source carefully. Soil. That did sound somewhat magical, the recluse supposed. Left with this vague prompt, they considered their options. The witch's own front yard. A quiet graveyard. Your favorite foraging nook. Well, that sounds better for mushrooms. Like, yeah, I guess it kinda depends on what kind of mushroom it is. Like some mushrooms can't like grow without trees basically. And some can grow in some like, well, basically like decaying matter basically. I guess I'll go for the normal choices. Like you people you people can try out the weird choices. The nook was just on the outskirts of the forest, but conveniently hidden from curious villagers. When in need, this spot had never let the recluse down. This time was no different, as dirt was there in abundance. Arriving back at the meeting place, the recluse was excited to share their selection with the witch. So that's what you picked, huh? Very well, it shall do. Feeling the need to scrub their skin, the recluse retired to their hut to cleanse themselves. The 3rd day. With 2 assignments complete, the recluse could feel their excitement grow. If this witch was being honest, and for some reason they felt that she was, then that meant that this could be the last night they spent without a child. They hoped so, at least. That was all they could do. Barely remembering to get dressed, the recluse dashed to the meeting spot. Again, the witch had been waiting there for them. Welcome back, recluse. Are you prepared? Today is your big day, is it not? The last task is an easy one, or at least I believe so. Bring me something colorful, something bright that you think will suit her. When they were first told of the 3 tasks, the recluse had imagined things that were much more difficult. They seemed so easy as to be a trick, which they supposed only meant they should take it seriously, as if a mistake could mean death. With that in mind, the recluse needed to decide where to search for color. Well, that's not bad. A field of flowers. A stony river. Maybe I'll go like like for a little spice and try this. Like maybe you find a colorful stone or something. Maybe it's just stone. Though underwater wasn't the first place most people thought of for color, the recluse understood there were many shades that people failed to consider. They arrived at the nearby river, glancing into the glassy water to spy a variety of small shining stones. A strange, almost bloody stone. Jasper, nature's deep brown canvas. Slate, a simple yet sturdy grey stone. Marble, the pale proprietor of possibility. Brimstone, yellowed alchemical wonder. This seems interesting, and what this is ominous. I think like whoa, like there are stones named Bloodstone basically. And this is also interesting. Well, let's try this, I guess. I'm not sure like what difference it makes. Like I guess you'd get a different outcome, like given the choice you make. Brimstone, a yellowed alchemical wonder. It is. For some reason, the recluse seemed intrigued by the lump of sulfur in the water. Some claim there to be magical properties in the rock, but as they brought it back to the witch, they just felt it looked neat. The recluse returned to the witch's hut, colored item in hand. She silently took the object, nodding her head to the recluse in recognition. The recluse stood there for a moment, unsure, before finally the witch realized what they expected. Ah ha ha, you want your promised daughter, don't you? Her voice was almost mocking, but at least it was not overtly cruel. I suppose I must tell you that I lied, human. I do require several more trifling things from you. Wow. Hopefully at least like the child isn't like always this. Won't be mushroom and won't be Musume. First is the matter of payment. The recluse should have known that everything is for a cost. Pay me now with wealth. Pay me now with life. Pay me sometime soon in larger quantities. Pay me at a much later date in the way I choose. Oh, I'll play it safe. Life at least like this is a yikes here. This is well, if you don't have money, then this is what you have to do in real life. And this is, well, this is a situation you probably don't want with the witch. Well, I guess that's how the adaptation thingy works, like it costs money. They offered their coin purse to the witch and she took it wordlessly. After pocketing the whole pouch, She returned a single coin to the recluse's hand. Yay! This will be sufficient, the witch smiles. Well, you could return the purse too. Though I guess we don't need it because we don't have money anymore. With the payment settled, the witch simply smiled and handed the recluse a small pot. Humans are tricky, but mushrooms are much more resilient. Consider this an upgrade. Don't worry, eventually she will develop a mind. Simply give her time, as much as she needs. Soon your wish will be in full bloom. I suppose, with all that settled, though, there is one last thing for you to consider. The young girl needs a proper name. The recluse thought on the witch's demand before offering the final thing they had to give. What is her name? Any suggestions? Yeah. But naming... Yeah, not sure about that. It is. I would like something... something a little more. Naming the mushroom as... well, giving it like a name of some mushroom, like it can backfire because it... I don't know like which kind of mushroom it's going to be, so that's going to be tricky. Let's try to give it a cool name, I guess. What would be a cool name? That is actually like a mushroom's name. Like it could work, but it could work. It could work, but could give it a Halloween name, I guess. I'm not sure like what that would be either. Like cool and Halloweeny. That's one thing I was thinking, but it is a pretty stable name, though I guess that's not bad necessarily. Kinda hard. Well, I guess naming children is hard anyway. You never know, like. So I guess, like, normally you at least, like, know how the child looks. Let's name it this, Rina. Thank you for the suggestions, they helped. I kinda struggle with naming things. Usually it's a matter of just going to the baby name websites and like searching them for hours. But can't do that really during streams. So anyway, then she walked away, only fate knowing if the two should ever meet again. Chapter 2, Cultivation. Though the recluse was unsure of the specifics, they did realize that it was important to heed her instructions. Care for the pot and the dirt and everything that lay within. So the recluse geared up as any parent should and assessed the things they needed to raise a child. Finances in case the nearby village had goods or services that you could not provide. Nutrients for the child to help it grow strong. They would need plenty as it would be depleted on a daily basis. And finally, the recluse's own stamina could not be ignored. One cannot burn the candle from both ends indefinitely. You definitely can't. And I guess like a lot of parents actually struggle with that, like they think that, oh, I need to be like the perfect parent and I will like bust my butt off basically and then they will burn out. At least like that is a common theme in news. That's begun the longest growing session of the recluse's life. What does the info say? No, it's nothing. The finances is one because I spent everything. Traits spotted. Environment acceptable. Affection 3 hearts. Rina yellow mushroom. And that looks kinda like a pistol puffball. Well, if only, but I kinda doubt that's how it works. But at least the mushroom is doing great. Like, I'm not doing so great in terms of money. Notes. You avoid the village where you can, but with the daughter you have new needs. Money allows you to buy things that you couldn't gather yourself. Nutrients. She needs food, but her food isn't quite the same as yours. Ensure that she never goes hungry. Stamina. There's only so many hours in a day, and you only have so much time and energy. Choose how you spend those things carefully. Environment. Your daughter's growth is fickle. To ensure higher quality, you need to grow her in the best conditions. Like mushrooms. Basically, I guess there are different types of mushrooms. Like some mushrooms live in a symbiosis with trees basically. And some mushrooms basically eat like decaying matter. Like the pestle puffball eats like basically like decaying crust and stuff like that. Like in cities, that mushroom grows like in parks and such. Affection. She is your daughter after all, even if she doesn't always look like much of fun. If your daughter is well loved, she'll be able to improve at things more quickly. Trade spotted. The pot of soil sits calmly with a small mushroom contained within. This is kinda like the beginning of the gameplay thingy, so let's save and see. You realize that, buried in your new goal, you have forgotten to feed yourself or procure any human food, really. What seems like the most nutritious option. Sneak morsels away from your charge. To the woods for foraging. To the village, the market has many enticing goods, but I don't have money. What was this mushroom? Or again, looks tasty. Oh, that's like a bad end, so maybe not. You just got a daughter and you're thinking of eating it. Let's go to the woods, I guess. What does info say? Oh, info is back to this. You know where to find food. It's been something that you have never struggled with previously. It's part of you, and nothing can change that, not even a mushroom. Making your way to your favorite nook, you quickly find what you were after. Of course, your generous bounty of treats for your daughter is a nice bonus. The decision being made, life continued. Oh, I guess it takes stamina though. A flock of hungry birds have been harassing both your crops and your daughter recently. In fact, they have become quite the nuisance. Buy some poisoned feed to scatter around. I don't know about that. Fetch your bow and hunt the birds. But that will 100% scare them. Like, if the birds see like each other dying, they will flee for sure. Ignore the birds. I guess like the cost of this is stamina, basically. Like, get off my lawn. You won't bother my mushroom daughter anymore. Bang bang. You retrieve your bow and are lucky to leave with not one but 2 birds from the flock. They shouldn't show up again for a while. You and your daughter may rest. Yep, oh. Stamina in a pinch though. Nothing more could be done to the birds. The mother was laid to rest. The mushroom. The mushroom. It looks like a cupcake with feet. Underdeveloped and feral. Oh. She has food at least. Mushroom creature. The mushroom has grown some extra limbs and is a bit more ambulatory than you'd expect. Yeah, it does have legs. Sometime later, you awaken one morning to the sound of something moving about your home. Your daughter has grown a pair of sturdy legs. The creature walks about easily, using her new strength to push and rummage through your belongings. Her demeanor seems cute and helpful, often following you as you go about your daily tasks. Oh. Encourage cooperation. Spend time nurturing her environment. Motivate her to do something safer. Like this is like peak parenthood, I guess. Like a child is just walking and the parents freak out like, whoa, there, you hurt yourself. Encourage her cooperation. Well, let's do that, I guess. Your daughter's development is going better than expected, and you want to promote her helpful nature. You take extra time on your chores, explaining the steps and giving her the opportunity to try new things. She doesn't actually help much, and you aren't sure if she actually understands you, but she clearly enjoys the experience. Yeah, it's not like a small child like understands or is like helpful actually, but I think this is good parenting. The decision being made, life continued. One evening, you hear a light knocking at your door, quite a rare occurrence. Peeking through the window, you witness none other than the witch of the woods standing on the doorstep of your humble hut. Could she be here for a visit or to settle a debt? Introduce her to your daughter. Privately request a stipend. Oh, I guess it could come handy, but I don't think the witch like owes us money exactly. Perhaps it was time for your daughter to meet the witch. She could maybe even learn a thing or two. The two of you answer the door and invite the gloomy woman inside for dry and awkward small talk. Something about the way the two absently stare at each other, you wonder if they have made some sort of connection today. Uh-oh. The decision being made, life continued. I hope, though I don't know like if it's a bad thing, but like is this taking like the witch route turn because of that? The day's gotten away from you already. The sun's gentle descent is being swallowed behind the forest trees. You weren't able to finish everything you set out for today, but you only have time for one more chore. Barter for some fine substrates to better grow your daughter. Purchase new construction materials for your hut. Grab a lead and take your daughter for a walk. Finish a favor the village's leader asked of you. You have already worked hard enough. Retire to the tavern. I think we need money, so go. Not sure if this gives you money, but I hope it would. This would be nice, but we are kinda running out of stamina. No money, so this is no go. And this is kinda tricky too. Let's try this, I guess. Doing favors for the leader is comfortable to you. It allows you flexibility while still giving you some funds. Today is no different than usual. You herd some cats for the leader, and in exchange, they pay you. How noble. Your tasks behind you, you and your daughter return home, each do a nice bath and a simple dinner. Okay, well. Well. You have seen mushrooms before that have a certain special gleam. Your daughter does not yet have this gleam, but she could if you raise her right. That is an interesting look. Little angry face. Of stamina is 0. Mystic bond. You have developed some rapport with your creator, the Witch of the Woods. Despite the rocky introduction, your daughter is as civil as any human child now. Environment excellent quality. The stamina is yikesy. But everything else is good enough, I guess. Sometime later, one morning you notice that your daughter is nowhere to be seen. After some searching, you find a massive clump of mushrooms resembling your daughter's protruding in a small clearing. Brushing away some of the freshly turned soil around, you can see the top of your daughter's head, having seemingly undergone a transformation. She twitches in response to your probing and shifts until the earth again covers her head. Buy her a nice gift to celebrate. Well, we do have money, but dig her out. Or maybe it would be the best to give her time. Your daughter seems intent on being underground, so you won't disturb her. After waiting for an hour, you decide to let her be and go about your daily tasks, occasionally returning to check on her. Later in the day, you return to find her sitting in the clearing. The creature had now taken the form of a young girl. The decision being made, life continued. Well, I guess it worked, but now stamina is question mark. You haven't been taking very good care of yourself. You find yourself so worn out that even leaving the house is a challenge. Well, I tried to do nothing, but that didn't work, I guess. If you continue on without regard for your own stamina, you might very well die. stay in bed today. You need to rest, well, yeah? You'll sleep when you're dead, which may be very soon. Well, how about we rest? You'll be no use to your daughter in this state, so you decide to spend the day resting. Sitting in bed, you think about your daughter and all the tasks you'll get done tomorrow. The decision being made, life continued. But that couldn't be helped. You awaken only to discover that your daughter is covered in tiny parasitic creatures. For the sake of her health, you should probably find a way to get rid of the little pests. Buy some fine herbal pesticides. Give the child a thorough rinse. Cease all organic. Leave them be. Pesticides like would hopefully work at least. Like washing could also work, but hopefully washing would be fine too, but let's try this, I guess. Dreading the potential spread of disease, you decide to seek some strong elixirs from the local apothecary. When you apply the potion, it seems to be instantly absorbed into her skin. It lends her a healthy shimmer and exterminates the bugs. The decision being made, life continued. An end. One night, you find yourself struggling to sleep. Your mind wanders as you consider your current place in life. You have lived peacefully with your daughter for many moons. Initially, it was strange. Well, it never stopped being strange. But you were always thankful for the company. Besides, the affection you felt for her was like any parent would feel toward their child. That was normal at least. Your thoughts turned to the current of time, particularly how you were once alone and how you are afraid that you will be again someday. Your daughter has had more and more curiosities about the outside world. It's only a matter of time before she wants to strike her own path. You hope you will be fulfilled now. You hope you have done enough. Ultimately, you find comfort in what you have done. You may have had many failures in your life, but there's one thing you know you can die proud of. Let's hope we don't die though. And a new beginning. Well, I guess parenting can be kinda scary in a way. Telling the recluse that you wanted to see more of the world wasn't an easy conversation. As they grew older, you worried about leaving them on their own. Thankfully, your concerns were unwarranted. They were happy that you had grown enough to want to move out. They even offered to help you build your own home, close to theirs. You were welcome to visit anytime, obviously. Faster than you would have anticipated, the two of you built your home together. They showed you all of the tricks they knew and made sure to impact as much knowledge as they possibly could impart. Finally, the day arrived. You were officially on your own. You were scared, a little, but also excited. It felt like a new chapter was just beginning for you. Okay, well, Chapter 3, A Girl on Her Own. What that is? A treasured mushroom sought after by humans and animals. Common yellow truffle. That's shroomy qualities. Dampness 20. Increased by a good soak or by a melancholic moment. This stat indicates how wet and slimy her body is, but also the murkiness of the soul. And that is kinda big brain, I guess. Mycelium. Increased by the right nutrients or by things that nourish the soul. This stat is associated with how generally healthy he is, and yet it could also be a persistent optimism. Well, not too optimistic, I guess. Robustness 69. Increased by the ideal growing conditions or by a loving presence. This study is associated with her physical strength, but could also be strength of character. Well, she has a nice character, I guess. Potency. Increased by a titillating meal or by titillating danger. This study is tied to the strength of her mushroom type or her ability to perform in stressful situations. Humanity. Increased by thorough socialization or by doing the right thing. This study is how good of a person she is, literally and metaphorically. Well, I guess. Animal friend. You have an enduring animal-like appearance. Kume. Chefs throughout the land enjoy your delicate, complex flavors. I hope they won't eat me. Cards and tokens. What do these do? Nope. No card X1. Limited resource. If you don't like an event, you can leave without wasting any time. Soma card X2. A limited resource. This represents how much of your body you have to comfortably give away. Also creates food when used. Okay. Wealth token X2. This represents the ability to purchase goods or services to make your life easier. Food token X2. One usually performs better with a nice meal in their stomach. About me, young adult. You have grown into a young woman unexpectedly. Reputation. People don't think much about you. Oh yeah. Family matters. Mystic bond. Oh yeah, we saw the witch. The recluse will always live in your heart, and for the time being, next door. pet's pig. You have a loyal pet pig that will follow you to the ends of the earth. What do I get out of this screen? Oh, it did that I guess. The night sky is clear and beautiful as you sit on a stump atop a small hill, looking up. Something catches your eye and you notice the streak of a shooting star. Quick, make a wish. Wish for the star itself. Wish to grow stronger. Wish for the people of the kingdom to live peaceful lives. Wish to stay in good health. Wish to be blessed with delicious food. Wish for it to rain tomorrow. Well, let's do this. Wish for the people of the kingdom to live peaceful lives. 7. Yes, pass. You head to bed that night hoping your wish helps even just one person who is struggling out in the wide world. You fall asleep with the warm fuzzy feelings. Did that like increase humanity or something? You are awoken in the middle of the night by a loud crash from your kitchen. You scramble to investigate and finally catch the source of the racket. A man hunched over in pain in the middle of your cooking nook. He spots you and seems to panic, waving his hands around. Wait, it's not what it looks like. Sure, it is not. Well, it's exactly what it looks like, but I am injured myself, so I'm no longer pursuing that plan. Why don't you bless the poor soul and choose to excuse my rudeness? Kick him out. Excuse his rudeness. Well, let's kick the guy out. No. No one will break into your house and tell you to forgive them. You roughly grab the man by the scuff of his collar and then proceed to take out the trash. One day, while attending to some foraging business in the woods, you make a strange discovery. What else is new? You go to retrieve some fruit from a low shrub, but as you move a branch, you notice something out of the corner of your eye, a glint of metal. It could be a lost item belonging to some human, or it could be something valuable for you to keep. You go to more closely examine the item and have a realization. Before you is a perfectly sculpted copper hand. As you lean in to look for any marks that could betray its origin, you realize the hand is connected to a body. The thing before you is unbelievable. It's as if someone had taken a person and plated them with copper. You wonder if this is the case for a second, but thrill with horror when you see it move. The being stands up. Surely plated copper would not move with such fluidity. You hear a sound as if the thing was speaking. Okay. You are unsure what to say. The thing seems confused at your confusion for a moment, before snapping her fingers in thought. She stretches one arm up, touches the back of your head, and then cheerfully speaks. Yeah, Wing Wing's fun and the boo 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 kind of sound. Sorry, I totally forgot to adjust my translator. Can you understand me now? You find yourself shocked for a moment at the cheaper disposal of whatever this thing is. While your response is slightly delayed by shock, you confirm to her that you technically understand what she's saying. This information brings her joy, which results in a little hop and exclamation of the phrase, "Woo!" Her excitement is contagious. When she clasps her hands in yours, you can't help but jump with joy with her. Being this close to her, you get a chance to examine this being more closely. Once you look beyond her glistering coat, you can see her physical characteristics more clearly. She is petite, thinly stalked and standing just slightly shorter than you, with similarly numbered and proportioned limbs. Though her face is human-like in nature, it is not precise. Spotting the differences in human faces was occasionally challenging to you, but something about hers feels a little off. Maybe an eye too many. And do humans even normally have those little antennae? You are quickly snapped out of your thoughts as the being asks you a question. So, are you a member of the dominant species on this planet? I'd love a tour guide if you wanted to show me what people do for fun around here. You consider her request for a second. What do people do for fun? Well, you suppose you have a couple of ideas. Show her what your daily life is like. Show her what a specific human's daily life is like. Show her the village. Encourage her to leave your woods. Nope. Oh, let's try this, I guess. Like, why is there a hammer? Like, this is probably what she wants to see, so that's why it's not the hammer and this is. Show her what a specific human's daily life is like. The dominant species, you suppose that would be humans, if you understand what she's asking. You're not one of them, but you do know one of them. Now that you think about it, without any further hesitation, you tell her that you can lead her to the most important one you know. Wait, are you actually like taking me to your leader? I didn't think that actually happens, she exclaims, as you grab her by the hand and lead her through the woods. You of course explain to her that they are not your leader, just your parent. You're reasonably sure these are different things at least. This sparks a lively discussion about what a parent is exactly. She seems to have a slightly different perspective than yours. Something about forges and great flames, but it allows the two of you to happily remain on your way to the recluse's hut. Hello there. When you arrive, you mark your presence by excitedly knocking at the door twice, then simply barging in. I hope the recluse won't be too scared of an alien. The recluse is standing nearby, stirring something dark upon the simple stove. They are surprised to see you for a moment, and even more surprised to see your travel companion, but they manage to calm down quickly enough. Let me drink a little bit. Wow, so this is the dominant species, huh? What do you guys call yourselves? The couple girl exclaims, leaning in to examine them more closely. Yes, pass. Though her manner could be considered somewhat rude by some, the recluse seems well equipped to handle her rather blunt and unusual method of asking questions. They calmly explain that they are human and help you explain what you are as well, and tells her about the land that the three of you are currently dwelling in. For someone who is normally so quiet, you are almost surprised to see the recluse teach her so eloquently. In the end, you end up learning a few things too. The recluse ends up forcing the two of you to stay for dinner and feeds you a strange dark stew. Thankfully, everyone thinks it's delicious, even if you secretly know that a normal human would not. As you go to leave for the evening, the couple woman wraps her arms around you. Thank you for taking me to someone so knowledgeable, not to mention that cute little bat. You hug her goodbye, and the two of you part. You're not sure where she'll go next, but you hope that someday you can meet her again. You feel a crisp breeze. The heat is relenting. Trees are changing in color. Fall has arrived. While tending to your home, you begin to feel an otherworldly pull towards the forest. You can't resist, and moments later you find yourself surrounded by trees and standing in front of a mushroom-covered hut. Deep within you, you know the wits that made you reside here. Enter the hut cautiously and treat her as a stranger. Enter the hut with the hope of learning some magic. Force yourself to turn tail around and quickly head home. I kinda want to not do the witch route. Like if that basically means that you get married to the witch, like that is really awkward. Let's leave. Yes, pass. Managing to wrest yourself free of the mysterious magical force, you turn around and run back the way you're sure you came. Eventually you burst out from the woods, making it home. You're sure the witch isn't happy, but at least you got away. As you walk into town one evening, you spy something strange. A group of small humans. Well, that's not the strange part. These humans are all wearing strange adornments, the likes of which you have not previously seen on humans. The deeper you get into town, the more oddly dressed individuals you see. Finally, in the market square, you notice a small booth attended by a townie. Upon your approach, they straighten up. Ah, what a great costume! It looks so realistic. Well, that is very seasonal, I guess. Very timely, I guess. They happily clasp their hands together as they compliment, well, you. You don't really know how to correct them, so you don't. Here, let me grab you a basket and you can get started. Before you have a chance to ask what they mean, they kneel down and fetch a small woven basket. Well, I guess they are trick or treating, like that's what it is. They thrust it into your hands, which you suppose means that it is yours now, for the moment at least. I like how the narration like makes you feel that you don't like exactly understand like what is happening, and you need to read between the lines to know like what is like the real world connection. Just take this to any building in town, then knock on the door. When they answer, it is customary to respond with trick or treat. The instructions come quickly. You feel as though you should be taking notes. Then they'll give you a treat. It's a pretty sweet deal if you ask me. When you think that they are done speaking, you go to leave, only to be stopped once more. Oh, last thing, here's a participation pin. We like to have fun around here. They take a small pumpkin-shaped object and lean forward. Before you can object, they stick it directly into your head. Like, does it go like somewhere like, yeah? Pumpkin pin. Someone has pushed this into your head. At least it's cute. Oh, I see. Yep. Oh, we got the pumpkin pin. It seems to stay in place at least. You idly rub your new pumpkin-shaped protrusion and consider where you would like to head first. A nearby blacksmith, a nearby restaurant, a nearby clothier, a nearby apothecary, a nearby church. The restaurant is probably food, but I guess there is also the danger that they will cook you because you're a mushroom. But that is a risk, I guess. I can see like a lot of these being like dangerous, like like judge being that you're a demon. Apothecary being like wanting to do like experiments on you. Clothier is probably safe. And blacksmith is probably safe. I guess like stereotypically speaking, like a blacksmith is more likely to be a guy. A clothier is stereotypically speaking more likely to be a girl. But I'm not like sure like what is like the era of the story. Probably modern enough because of the Halloween thing. And well, the robot is or robot or alien, probably an alien with an armor or a spacesuit, and that's more than just modern. Well, let's save it just in case, but it's hopefully fine. Let's try the clothier, I guess. You approach a shop that has several fine pieces of clothing in the window. You had just received a new piece of clothing after all, and never hurt to show off a little. A few moments after you knock, a handsomely dressed woman with hair in tight dark curls opens the door. Trick or treat, well, I guess. She looks you over for a moment in concerned interest. Is that thing pinned to your head? That can't be comfortable. It does look cute on you though. She takes an apple and places it gently in your basket, then looks you in the eyes with a quiet intensity. Come back to visit me if you'd ever like something both beautiful and unpainful to wear. Making clothes for someone like you would be a joy. You walk away from the interaction, contemplating her offer. How interesting. Or at least we didn't get like eaten or anything. I think we got more potency at least. Dampness has gone lower, I guess. I wonder like if you would get eaten if you go to the restaurant. Like maybe you would have to part with parts of your body. Walking along the road into town, you spot something large lying on the path some distance away. Approaching, you find a human on the ground, groaning in pain. You don't really get it, but some part of them is broken. They look up at you, uncertain but pleading. Play with them? Well, like if the person is hurt, playing with them is kind of weird. Try to mend their injuries. Are we able to do this if we don't even know like what is broken? Help them get back to town. That sounds like a something to do. Like this would like work if we are actually able to do something. But I don't think we are able to do it. Help them back to the town. What kind of path, I guess. You help the human up, offering support as the two of you limp back to the nearby village. Eventually, you find some people and triumphantly drop the human at their feet. They are clearly confused and off-put, but the human you helped seems incredibly grateful. What did I gain? Sort of reputable. Maybe that's what I gained. I still have these all, I guess. Let me drink again. Oh yeah, the stats are like that, by the way, if I block them. A chilling breeze greets you one morning, heralding the approach of winter. The end of the year approaches, and you find yourself considering your aspirations. You want to accomplish something significant, you decide, something you'll remember. Take a dangerous quest. Attend a romantic event at the gala. Decide not to pursue anything, well, that's not much. I guess we'll try this. I wanna see what we find. Attend a romantic event at the gala. Recently, you have garnered enough attention in the area to be invited to a high-class event. This could be an opportunity to celebrate the year or invite someone you wish to grow closer with. Attend the gala alone. Invite a clothier. Invite a girl that's out of this world. Actually, don't go to the gala. Let's invite the alien. That sounds fun. I guess the clothier was like the kinda right decision. If you want to romance that. But like, I think the alien is probably interested. Once, you served as a tour guide to a mysterious girl who had fallen to this planet. You see her occasionally while out, usually curiously interrogating the humans in town for information. Perhaps next time you spot her, you can offer to take her to the ultimate human experience, the gala. That's surely the most human thing, right? The gala is at the end of the year. You hope she'll be here long enough to join you. You are wandering the suburbs of the village one day when you notice an unusual sight. Before you is a collection of 5 or 6 young humans crowded together in a circle. When you walk closer, you can more clearly hear the words they seem to be shouting at each other. Damn it! One of them cries out, I should have went scroll. You should always go scroll against you. Scrolls. Are these people scholars? When you take a closer look, you can see the group reset. 2 new humans go to the center of the circle, holding one fist at each other. The rest of the group took an anticipatory position, looking on in tense excitement. But this is rock, paper, and scissors. This is it. If you win at this, you win the whole pot. One of the onlookers was speaking closely to one competitor. How intriguing, a pot, a prized pot. You only have a boring old regular pot. A prized pot would be quite the upgrade. I don't think that's how it works. It's probably, like figuratively speaking. In fact, you can see it from here. An ornate box near the edge of the group. Yeah, that's not another pot like it is something. You want the pot. How do you try to get it? Join the competition last minute. This can't be legal. Report them to the authorities. I'm pretty sure it is legal. It is legal to do rock, paper and scissors. You don't want or need a new pot. I will never want or need a new pot. Well, I guess like you can try to join it at least. Like reporting them to the authorities surely is not going to be a thing. And the nope thingy might come handy later. Like I don't think we are going to win, but we can do this just because. You're not sure if it's too late to join, but you figure it's getting later every passing second. Without another moment of delay, you run forward and implore them to let you join this mysterious ceremony. The humans still looks with each other, then words. Do we have to? I just want to win this thing and get it over with. Of course you'd say that, Jeremy. I think a random mushroom lady showing up is a good curveball myself. But what if she wins the prize? Or whatever, she can have it. It's not that good anyways. Finally, they seem to reach a decision. Yeah, you can play. One of them finally tells you, you know the rules of stone, scroll, shears, right? Unfortunately, you are forced to tell them that you do not know the rules they speak of. Thankfully, they are quick teachers. They tell you that a countdown is performed, and at the end of that countdown, you must perform a hand sign for either stone, scroll, or shears. Stone can defeat shears, scroll can defeat stone, and shears can defeat scroll. This all seems a little strange to you. This is a sort of game that you have not encountered before, that requires strange symbolic thinking, but it does seem to be a game of luck at least. With the rules now in your grasp, you watch the final round. Perhaps this will teach you the necessary strategy, if there is one. There isn't one really, I guess, unless you cheat. The two final human competitors ready for the battle. 3. The audience begins to shout, the players sweeping their fists back and forth in front of them in time. 2. On the last second, a glance of intensity is shared by both competitors. 1. The two throw their selection in front of them, one with the symbol you have told means shears, and the other stone. Absolute Madman went stone. The crowd cheers and whoops excitedly. One of the players, the disgraced loser, mournfully re-enters the crowd. The winner, on the other hand, looks to you. Alright, stranger, let's see what you got. You are pushed to the middle of the circle with barely a second pause The crowd starts shouting, 3. Oh no, what to do? 2. You have to think quick. 1. But it doesn't really matter. Let's go for stone. Without thought, you look down and see that your hand has selected the outcome for you. The crowd is silent as they gauge the selection, determining the winner. Finally, after a second of shock, both you and the crowd realize the result. Your opponent proudly presents their hand. Scrolls. Not too bad. Oh no, that's bad, isn't it? The crowd is silent in disappointment. Next time, we are going to recruit the Stone Scroll Sears champion. Come kick your ass, Jeremy. One of the teens states plainly, it seems you were not the champion they were hoping for. Your opponent, on the other hand, seems ecstatic. They jump up and down gleefully, finally running to the prize chest. Mine, all mine, they cry, tearing the lid open to reveal snacks. You thought the prize was a pot. Whatever, it literally doesn't matter to you anymore. With little fanfare, you simply decide it's best to leave. As you go to do so, you feel something soft hit the back of your head. Better luck next time, little girl. Your opponent shouts at you. Looking down, you see a single chunk of nougat laying on the ground. You suppose this is your share. After hitting the ground, the nougat has acquired a fine dusting of dirt. Thankfully, that's a-okay with you. You walk away disappointed to lose a game, but happy to have a little walking treat, at least. While on your way to gather firewood, you find that your world is suddenly turned upside down, quite literally. After a second of disorientation, you suss out that you somehow walked yourself right into a trap. Your foot is above you, caught in a thick rope loop. Uh-oh. You can call for help, hoping someone is nearby. Thankfully, that seems to be the case. Unfortunately for you, you recognize the man who approaches. That rotten thief. My, you're not quite what I had pictured, squirming in my trap. The man says with a sly grin. I'm in quite a predicament here, you see. I do feel bad about the other night, so I don't want to rob you again. You were also quite mean to me the other night, so perhaps I do want to rob you a little. He clicks his tongue, lightly tapping his fist to his opposing palm. How about this? I'll do what you so badly wanted me to do the other night. Leave. Have you, little mushroom girl? The man winked, simply walking off, leaving you still ensnared. How rude. Now you had to figure out another plan. Call for your trusty hog. Wiggle your way loose. Continue to wait. I don't know if the hog can do it, but we can try, I guess. Yeah, maybe the piggy can do it. You think about it for a minute before taking a deep breath in. You have an idea. Zoe, your piggy is well trained, and you know he couldn't be that far away. in these woods he never is. Sure enough, before you know it, your trusty hog emerged from the brush. Well, you thought it was, but now it seems to just be sniffing around. Unfortunately, pigs had yet to figure out how to climb or cut through a rope. For that matter, you weren't entirely sure how it was going to help until you suddenly came tumbling to the ground. Your pig had managed to find the tight spot for the trap, and even better, managed to chew through the ropes. Oh, the piggy is a big brain pig, I guess. You promised him all the apples he could eat, deciding that you would take him to town immediately to buy as much fruit as his little piggy stomach could handle. Yeah, that is a big brain piggy. Just as you are about to return home, an unfamiliar type of tree catches your eye. Plump pink-orange fruits dangle from a large mass of branches. Upon inspection, you also find plenty scattered around the base of the trunk as well. Take a nap under the big tree. Eat the fruit off the ground at random. Climb the tree for the perfect fruit. Well, like you could ask the piggy to taste them, but well, I guess we can try to climb. Oh, fall. You fight your way up the tree, barely managing to get off the ground. Thankfully, you find a brief reprieve as you make it to the sturdy branch. As you take a second to rest, you spot the nice plump fruit. You find yourself getting your heart set on it. You reach out to grab it and loosen your grip just a little too much. Before you know it, you are tumbling through the branches and hitting everyone. Finally and mercifully, you land on the ground. You get up and head home, sore and embarrassed. Nope. It is the evening of the gala, and you have almost given up on inviting a cupboard girl you had encountered once upon a time. You sit at a fountain in the center of the village, glancing over the town square one last time, only to be met with the familiar glinting in your eye. After clearing your vision, you see her. Without hesitation, you rush to meet her. She greets you cheerfully. It's you. Hello, my fungal pal. After a brief moment of catching up, you can't restrain yourself from telling her about the gala. You explain what the dance is and why it is so significant for humans. If nothing else, it would be a stunning display of humans at their silliest. Wait, they have parties in this planet. OMG, yes. You have come to expect the strange riddles this woman speaks in. Perhaps this evening's soir would even be a time for you to begin to understand her a little more. Based on the position of the sun, you judged that it would be best to head directly to the party. The two of you eagerly discuss humans on your way over, speculating about what amusing sights you may see. On this voyage, you couldn't help but notice your companion's slightly changed demeanor. Last time you saw her, she had been truly brilliant, which is to say, her luster was brighter than any metal you had previously seen. She is still clearly glimmering now, and yet she seems shockingly tarnished compared to the last time the two of you met. Your copper isn't like super great to keep like outside all the time. Ask her about it. Let her be. Well, hopefully it is fine to ask. Yes, you pass. You can't help but wonder about her self-care routine. Could there be an issue she's facing that's causing this dull scene? She seemed to brush your concerns off with ease. Oh, yeah, you noticed, huh? She places hand gingerly on the back of her head with a laugh. Normally I have a product I use for that, but I lost some of my luggage on the way here, I think. It's getting kind of annoying though. At this rate, I think I may have to go home early. Sort of a bummer, because I have been having fun here. But it happens, I guess. You had never previously considered that there are those who have to put effort into maintaining something as specific as the quality of their skin. You are glad that this isn't a concern that you have. Well, I guess like if you want to romance the alien, you need to find like something for polishing the copper. As you approach the venue, you see more and more humans dressed in their finest flocked together in little groups. Nearing the entrance, you spot a particularly interesting one. A lone man, his Pete's fast head home to an almost comically large top hat. Your companion is instantly smitten. She rushes to him, grabbing his hat. Wow, this is so cute. Is this like a little head adornment? The man, clearly uncomfortable with this intrusion, seems briefly too flustered to speak. Oh, let me see. Instruct her in the area of human manners. I guess we'll try to do that. Like she is the one that is doing like the research thingy, so I would imagine she appreciates like the intel. You look from the glowing, gleaming face of your companion to the door face of the man she stole the hat from. Before things can get any worse, take his hat back from the hands of its thief and instruct and return it to him. You offer a quick apology before gently taking your companion by the arm and leading her away. Thankfully, she doesn't seem particularly offended by you cutting her fun short. It takes you a while to figure out how to convey the information you want to your foreign friend. You explain to her that humans of this area have a very specific set of practices, things that seem somewhat arbitrary, but that you must keep in mind. One must always say the sacred words please and thank you. One must clap after witnessing a performance, and one must avoid taking things that others currently have without permission. These are simply a few of these practices. Oh, so that's like part of their culture. She asks, "It's always so hard to keep them straight. I really need to come up with a mnemonic, or maybe some kind of acronym." You take this chance to ask her about some of her mysterious words. She kindly helps catch you up on some of her lingo in exchange for you instructing her further about human manners. A robustness, so quite a hefty fall. Well, I think this has been increasing, and this has been like stable enough, and humanity probably too. Body alien isn't there. Well, but I would imagine you would get kicked out of the gala if you picked the other one. Or maybe not, but it would be kinda awkward. When you finally get into the gala, you can't help but try to view the event through your companion's perspective. You aren't human, and aside from the recluse, you have not really spent all that much time around them. Even then, you at least grew up with the knowledge of their existence. She didn't seem to know about humans at all before you had met. Perhaps you should try to learn more about her. What are parties like where you come from? That is a good one. What do you like to do when you're not traveling? What's the least rude way for me to ask what you are exactly? I guess like if you ask it in the right way, it can be useful, but like this would be kind of fitting given the situation. I like might explain some of it. Maybe you can work from there. What are parties like where you come from? Other than her unfamiliarity with human norms, this seems like the sort of environment she flourishes in. The glamour, and the high life seems to pair well with her passion for enrichment. You compliment her ability to embrace the strange world of human social gatherings, and take the chance to ask her how often she's been to things like this. It's like she has to process for a moment, trying to pass a flurry of thoughts into words. Well, the people of my home society love a good party. We don't have as many biological needs as the people of this planet, so parties can go on for ages. Whenever I'm at a big event like this, it reminds me a little of home. Though to be honest, I'm glad that it's a little calmer here. It's though to find a place where you can have fun and have time to do research. Oh, it's tough, I guess. Oh. Interestingly enough, it seems that your friend has quite nuanced thoughts about parties and her home planet. You're glad to have such a thoughtful companion. Well, I guess he's kinda homesick. In time, the two of you bring as much enjoyment out of the night as possible. You mingle with guests, enjoy the snack table, and even occasionally dance. I refuse to dance. Dancing is fun. Is this basically dancing with the alien? Like, it doesn't specify, but I would imagine so. That's what she likes to hear. After some such enjoyable encounter, you and your partner are seated around the table. The table is topped with a dark red fabric, sleeker than most materials you have encountered. A glass vase marks the middle, filled with a selection of stems and blooms. Many partygoers have already left, dissipating in the night back to their homes. It's quieter than it has been. You and your coupled companion share this moment of contemplation. She sits, inert for a rare moment, and looks at her hand with a thinly restrained contempt. Sigh, another blemish. It seems that she has spotted another part of her bright shine that started to dull. This was really fun, but maybe it's time I went home. You suspect she may mean her homeland, further away than you can guess. Do you have to? Let's do something for you to remember me by. Steal her a souvenir. But do you have to, I guess, is. He's the normal one you would do. Like, this is kinda like, well, yeah, sure, go. But it could also be that, like, well, you find the thing to polish her. Do you have to? In theory, you can grasp the concept of someone being homesick. Only in theory. You have never been further than a day's travel from your home, of course, but it seems like somewhat of an extreme reaction. She's having fun, you're having fun. Is there really reason for that to end? You ask her as much as she stretches wearily. Well, I guess don't need to go home, but I'm really starting to get bummed out by how tarnished I am. I have never gotten this gross before. I have heard if you let your skin get much worse than this, you turn green. Yuck. Oh, that's copper. It's sad, but it sounds like she really feels like she needs to go. Let's do something for you to remember me by. Well, I guess this then. Wonder what you would have needed to do then, like surely the blacksmith won't like just give you like a polishing thing when you go trick and treat him. Assuming that he's a guy to begin with. And the apothecary thingy, yeah. Maybe they could have something, but not sure. Probably the blacksmith though. Your friend simply cannot go without a bang, so you figure that the two of you should do something that she simply cannot forget. Tell her as much. OMG, yes, This party has been human fun, but let's go to something fun. She looks at you with a strange sparkle in her eye. Now the only matter that's left is to figure out something fun to do. Perhaps it's stride. But a thought occurs to you. You want to show her the sunrise from your favorite spot. It was already fairly late in the night. If you left now, you would likely arrive just in the nick of time. Without time to waste, you quickly suggest this to your companion. It is late, and she could be tired, you suppose, but thankfully, she seems prepared. Let's do this. She jumps out of her seat, and the two of you begin your journey. It isn't a particularly quick spot to get to, but that is a little of what makes it special. The sunset you witness every day has a tendency to get stale, so it's easy to forget its natural charm. You consider that your partner must see a different sunset every day. Perhaps that is the beauty of travel. The voyage is quiet, but comfortably so. After the hustle and bustle of the gala, being able to hear the quiet chirping of bugs is a welcome spot of calm. Ooh. Finally, the pair of you arrived. A rocky outcrop stands over a wide lake, mirroring the deep, dark blue sky. You take a seat, leaning against a particularly large rock, and your companion joins you. Before you know it, the sun is rising. Her arm is touching yours. Hold her hand. Keep to yourself or kiss. We'll try to kiss because we swing that way. The eye could fail you, but we'll try at least. We can always save scum if it doesn't work. You want to give her something to remember. You gently take her chin in your hand, turning it to face you as you lean in. She has seen the sun much more than you likely ever will, but if she leaves, then she will never know this feeling again. That is memorable. Her response is natural, leaning into you as well. The moment is so tender it feels like it may fade away at any moment. Finally, she returns to face the water. Woohoo! She shouts happily, her voice echoing in the wilderness. She is a cheerful one. For a few long moments, the two of you get to simply your time together. You listen to the echo of her shouting fade, and then keep listening for longer still. After getting her fill of the view, she stands. Well, that was fun, but I think I'm ready to get going. You stand, and she pulls you in for a hug. I had a really nice time tonight. It's almost the same that I have to leave, but that's life. Thank you, Rina, my favorite tour guide. With a wave and lingering glance, she walks off into the distance. You think about her parting words sometimes. You roll them around in your head and savor the feeling of the compliment. In the end, you'll always favorably remember the time with the couple girl. That was kinda touching. As you grow older, you look back over your life. You think back to the wits who created you and can't help but wonder if everything met her expectations. You wonder if you were the daughter your parent had hoped for, ending after all this time. Well, too bad we couldn't keep the alien, but it was really touching. Well, I guess we were kinda dry. What was like the other thing of dry? Well, I don't know, like maybe it wasn't melancholic at that point, but no, it was like melancholic after that, in a way. Well, that was one route at least. And I would imagine like each page says that it has like the game has like 100k plus words basically. So there is a lot of replay value, so I guess like, oh, there is plenty of work to give it a try, and they are still like adding more content and stuff. But yeah, that was a nice experience. Kinda like sad that we couldn't keep the alien, but we got to kiss her at least. But well, I guess that's how it sometimes is. Like sometimes things don't pan out. But it was a nice experience. Anyway, thank you for watching, and the game has a ton of other routes, I guess, so give it a try if you feel interested. And there is this password thingy, like I don't know like how much of it matters, but if you get the Queer Games bundle, you get like a secret password that you can enter here, which I actually did. So I don't know, like I guess the Halloween event might be special, but not sure. But yeah, gotta love the style and the vibes, and like got to love the way how the narration makes the everyday things feel like mysterious. So well, anyway, I might be doing like a couple more of these Halloween themed games like as an extra. Like on Wednesday it will be back to trying to finish Ikenfell, but I'll do at least one more stream on Tuesday. Maybe also one on Monday. It kinda depends. But at least on Tuesday I will be... Well, I'm not great with the horror kind of games, but I will try to play like one horror game that is getting like a Steam release on Tuesday. So stay tuned for that, and well, probably I'll finish Ikenfell next week and then it will be something else. So if there is anything you'd like me to play or such, like queer games mostly, I'm open for suggestions. I have a couple of my own ideas too, like not expecting much. It is hard to comment and such. So I'll come up with something, but anyway, thank you for watching and thank you for the comments, and see you again next week, I guess. Bye bye.